The world's only accounting and fintech festival is back and as exclusive as ever. Space is limited, so sign up today. Unlike an Italian lunch, this won't last forever.
So,
the age of the pre-accounting Superapp is dawning.
this is Nick's tips for those of you who don't know. If you don't know, now you know. This is Nick's tips. This is an accounting high after school session. This is like
travel abroad.
Today is travel abroad. This is Nick's tips on Puglia. That's Puglia, Italy,
which I have never heard of until last night.
Nick's tips on the pre-accounting Superapp. ExpensiCon. This is our reaction video to the ExpensiCon announcement. Let's go.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? I repeat, may I have your attention, please?
This is another public service announcement brought to you in part
by Accounting High.
The views and events expressed here are
of the next generation of accounting and tech professionals leading this space.
The events and suggestions are not to be taken lightly. Children should not partake in the listening
of this podcast.
So without further ado, introducing the star of our show,
Nix McKenzie and Scott Scarano.
Anything else?
Yeah, don't do drugs.
We're gonna have a problem here.
Okay, so if you are on Expensify's email list, you probably get emails from David Barrett all the time. He's known for sending really long, opinionated emails. And a bunch of us got an email directly from David with an invite to ExpensiCon.
Now, granted, his emails come from David Barrett. It's got his picture on there in my Gmail. I could see his picture on the icon. And it always looks like a very personal email.
Right. So we got this email
right?
personally. So I'm like, oh, David sent me an email. He's inviting me. Do you want me to read it? The first part of it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll read the first part of it and then we can play the video. He says, it can be hard to look past the grim headlines that seem to pummel us daily, but beneath the bad news are some good trends. The worst of the pandemic is behind us. The markets have stabilized and are recovering. Good days are on the horizon. And as we all scramble to stay afloat, it is easy to overlook the slow tectonic shift happening in the accounting industry around us. The age of the pre-accounting Superapp is dawning. And just like we did at previous moments of transformation, we're heralding this dawn by hosting our third ExpensiCon, and you're invited. In bold.
First, let's just he's setting the stage here, everything's so grim, and then here's the dawn of a new horizon. I see the sun rising, and I eat this stuff up. I love how he's crafted this email. I love all of it, and I love the video.
Hold on. Before we go, I have a question. Okay, so what does he mean by the age of pre-accounting Superapp is dawning? Is he saying that Expensify is moving into something different?
Oh, that's at first what I thought, but then I kept reading, and basically this is which brings us to the fifth age. If you
I just skimmed through that. I was okay. So read the second part.
Yeah. In May 2023. 100 accounting titans will gather in the pristine Puglian countryside at Borgo Egnancia to experience the finest in Italian food and wine. By the pool and around the table, while swapping stories, sharing best practices, and planning the future of our industry. If you haven't been to ExpensiCon before, here's a quick glimpse of what it'll be like. Now, this sounds fucking dope to start with. That's where David and Blake met each other, too, at one of these, at their Bali or Bora Bora, right? This is legit. They do this and they go all out. Like, I know this is real. I want to go, but here's their video we're going to play. I'll read the captions since you can just hear it. Expensify presents the world's only
May
accounting and fintech
2023,
festival.
You and an exclusive cadre of 99 accounting leaders from firms around the world will arrive at the legendary Borgo Egnazia Hotel in Puglia, Italy for ExpensiCon. 5 days of thought leadership, networking, productivity, la dolce vita. Every detail handled by Expensify's concierge travel. Every charge on your Expensify card, gratis.
Free.
You'll never see the bill.
Free charge.
Someone who isn't you will worry about it. So wander the olive groves, connect with fellow fintech titans and captains of industry at a keynote, over a spritz, or directly in Expensify. Chart a course for the future together. The world's only accounting and fintech festival is back and as exclusive as ever. Space is limited, so sign up today. Unlike an Italian lunch, this won't last forever.
So, we lead you to sign up today at ExpensiCon. And as with anything else they've done for accountants lately, it seems like a whole bunch of funneling, of sifting. Like, if I didn't know any better and I didn't know everybody else got this, I would have thought, okay, I'm invited to go. They make it sound like you're already going to be there, like you're one of the 100 people, right? But hundreds of thousands of people probably got this.
We all got this, and we all know we didn't. So, okay, so at the bottom, or no, there's a spot. Okay, so I click on ExpensiCon, which is a link in the email. And
it takes you to sign up.
It takes you to sign up. Right? Okay, so it says, okay, ExpensiCon, the invite only retreat. So you're on this like landing page and you're excited, and there's the video again. And then it says at the bottom, stay in the know, sign up for updates. Okay, so I fill out my name, email, and it says, are you a member of an accounting firm? Tell us why you want to come. That's it. Submit it. And then after you submit it, it takes you to a sign up page to sign up for Expensify.
So I actually emailed them last night, just like Blake did, and said, what did I say here? I said, sounds great. Will I hear from someone from the team about booking my flight? Since he basically invited us, right?
Right.
And I think I got an email back from them, though. That is, I think I got a reply. And they said, yes, we'll be back with you in like a minute. Or no, maybe it was just
all
an auto
Expensify
reply.
has ever had. And
thanks for getting back to me. I will be with you as soon as I can.
Yeah, Expensify just always has robots. They never have people.
Well, yeah, they notoriously are known for their low overhead, right? Yeah, so I thought that they applied, that they replied to me, but they did not actually. I thought it was just like some auto reply, but I got another email from the concierge, so I signed up.
I did.
I signed up.
I
you got
filled
the
it
email
out. Yep.
back, right?
Oh yeah, then that.
We're so excited that you're interested in joining us for the return of the world's only accounting and fintech festival. Just like previous ExpensiCons in Maui and Bora Bora, we're looking for the creme de la creme of accounting leaders to help us chart the course. As a next step, get on a call with our team. And everything led me to putting my phone number in and having them call or talk to me. And it was like, we're available. But I didn't yet.
That's what it did. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. So it sends that email to you, and then you click on that link where it says talk to our team, which is as the next step. And then that takes you to a sign up page, basically. It's like you start with you sign up with your phone number, you sign up with your email, however you want to do it. And then.
So what's the catch? What's the play here? Is it like, Because I would think that this was just for somebody that, like, some of their big partners, right? Like, you'd think if somebody was doing this, then they invite their biggest clients.
If it was a true invite, but based on the sequence of what happens afterward, I feel like it's not a legit invite. It's some sort of... The only thing I can think of is, one, either they're trying to drive traffic to their website for SEO, or he's trying to get people like us to talk about it, get PR, or...
So they don't need SEO from a bunch of accountants. They get their SEO from their clients, right? From all... They got enough traffic. They're a public company. I don't think they need to drive
Yeah,
SEO.
I mean, everybody could use more SEO. I mean, everybody, like, traffic to your website's obviously good. The other thing is, but I don't know if it only goes to that landing page. Does that help your website? I don't know. We need an expert for that. The other thing is, like, is it an email grab thing where they think, okay, you know, they send it out to Scott, you send it to somebody else who doesn't use Expensify, another accountant, and that accountant enters their email address, and then they have email addresses. Like, what is the catch?
Well, and in my mind, I also think that they already have a big enough email list because he's been doing these emails for a while now. And so you would think that people, like, we still see these emails. Like, I still look for them, and I like to get his emails. I love his emails. We haven't never talked about those on the show, but I would love to have him come on. Like, I like his style. I like all the stuff that he does, except I don't like to feel like I'm being tricked. I don't want to think that I'm invited to something and then actually find out that I'm not eligible or I'm not good enough to be one of the top 100 that they choose, right? Like, that's not cool. I want to know that I'm getting this shit paid for too, you know? That would be dope.
Especially that video. I mean, that looks amazing. The only other thing I could think of was that initially I was like, okay, maybe they need new signups and they're trying to inflate the number of new signups by tricking people into doing it so they can show their investors. But then I remember that they're a public company now. And I was like, okay, what quarter is it? Are they trying to, like, meet their revenue goals for the quarter, but it's July? So I don't know.
I don't either. I have no idea what this is. I guess this is one of those to be continued things. Like, what else does he like? There's nothing controversial in here. There's anything like too crazy in this email, is there?
Not really. I mean, I actually didn't read the rest of it. We could read the rest of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
I can understand if you might not follow the slow developments of the accounting space as closely as we do, and for possibly not appreciating the significance of this latest change. So to catch you up on how we got here. The first age of expense management takes us from around 2000 BC to 2000 AD. Paper and pencil had a long run of being the best practice for getting reimbursed. Yeah.
All right. Let's just cut to the chase here.
Okay. Let's go at the bottom, which brings us to the fifth age. So that was the first one. Here's a fifth. The rise of the pre-accounting Superapp. Not sure what that means. We'll come to ExpensiCon and find out. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well,
somebody won a Tesla.
Let's just say somebody won a Tesla. They sent the link for that too. Expensify does a lot of big things, and sometimes they pay off, and I don't know about the ones that don't pay off because it seems like they just keep winning. Every time he does something crazy, you got Blake being very critical about it. You got David seems to like the guy. He kind of like me. I like the guy too. I like his style, but it always seems to work out for them. They're a public company. They're doing things very differently according to everything I hear. The way that they do their compensation is very different. Everybody's compensation is transparent. And that's something that I've always advocated. Transparency in everything. It makes everything easier.
Don't they rate each other?
Yeah.
And that's other.
Everybody ranks each other to see who should get paid more.
That's weird.
And they said it takes forever to do that because everybody in the company has to be ranked against the others. It seems so weird. That part of it seems kind of weird. But as we just discussed in the promotions episode, I wanted to do that. That was my... Historically, I've always wanted to have everything be out on the table. If everybody ranked each other in my firm, it wouldn't take that long. And then everything's out in the open. And it's based on the majority, sort of. right? Like, it's also based on reality, everybody's perception. So the status quo stays the status quo because they reinforce it.
I had a teacher in college that we got graded based on, it was speech class, I think. So people would just rate how good the speech was. That was your grade. But anyway, Expensify has done some big things. They've had a Super Bowl commercial. They gave away Tesla. Their stock's down quite a bit right now, but so is everything else. One of our legacy clients, one of our first clients, we put on Expensify. We'd been working with them for 3 years, and then David Barrett sent out an email. It's a very politically charged email. And the client came to us and he wanted to move off Expensify because he didn't like that David was emailing all of his employees.
And what happened? Did he move?
No, because it's a pain in the ass. So he doesn't give.
So
David doesn't care. He's like, "What? What are you gonna do? No, move off? No."
What are you gonna do? Move off of it and find something else? He did talk about how a lot of these neo cards companies are closing. ClearSpend, they went all out at this accounting web, and they've been marketing like crazy to accountants, and then they pulled out, money dried up, they closed down.
Yeah, there's a story behind ClearSpend. It's not necessarily that they were having financial issues. It was something else that I can't disclose.
Other things. Yeah. Well, blind VC dollars are drying up. Things are changing. Pre-accounting. What is pre-accounting?
Pre-accounting is when you are provided documentation before you do the accounting, so you don't have to go ask a client what a transaction was after you go through the books.
Do you believe in pre-accounting?
Because it takes way too much effort and there's no return. I do not need a receipt for every single expense. I need a receipt for fixed asset purchases.
Actually, I feel the same way. There's a lot of accountants that feel like, hey, to me, pre-accounting is only necessary when you need some kind of check and balance against other departments within a organization, or to reimburse people for those. So I don't see it as pre-accounting, but I think they're using this phrase because this is geared at a bunch of accountants. I don't hear that word used often, even in the industry.
Yeah, Receipt Bank used to do that, Receipt Bank, now Dex. And so I remember when I first started in business, I thought I need a receipt for everything. And then I realized it was just taking way too much time. There's way too much friction. Who wants to save every receipt?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
But a lot of people live off of that. That's why they're able to charge the big bucks, because they spend so much time dealing with all the small things, right? And then a lot of people have grown and evolved from billing from time. So the more time that we need to spend on this, because we have to do it this way, the more we can charge.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think there's situations if you need to split things by department or get more granular. A
lot of our friends would argue with us, and they say, you need receipts, you need backup.
No, there's...
Marcus, I was asking him, why are you keeping this receipt? What are you doing? Taking a picture, writing on it? I know people do that, but really? You know better. And he said, no, I have to. That's what we have to do. I just recorded in my Xero, and he took a picture of it, right?
Yeah, I used to do that a while ago, but now I don't. I'm if I get audited...
who's going to reimburse him? It's
more of okay, if you get audited, but the odds of getting audited are super low. And if you do get audited, if you do get audited, they just go by the credit card and
statement
when I go do my bookkeeping, I put who was there, what the expense was, and I have all the information that you need.
Okay, well then you're technically.
But it's way easier to just type it in real quick, and I do my own bookkeeping. So obviously, if the client's doing.
Yeah, I'm doing my own bookkeeping, but I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah,
I am.
But I would argue, if your clients want to keep their own receipts, that's up to them. We don't need to match every single transaction to their receipts.
Okay, so that's pre-accounting. Is part of it is also as far as Expensify is concerned, employees need to get reimbursed. And they made that a lot easier. I love their website, their branding. They got the best stuff going on. Not the best, but I thought this was all very well done. Cheers to David. I love how he puts his name in all lowercase. at the bottom of the email because I do that intentionally everywhere. I try to do everything I do in lowercase. Like that really pisses Blake off whenever I write something because he's got to correct the spelling and everything, or the caps. So yeah, I wanted to talk about something that's like relevant besides just Puglia. Like pre-accounting seems like a decent enough topic, right?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody gets jacked up about pre-accounting.
Well, I don't get jacked up about it, but that's the point. Like, usually the things that I get least jacked up about are the things Ackerman is Jackerman about. Like, he's all on these boring topics. He's all over that shit.
Yeah.
That's all
I think that's all we got to say.
Thought it was a little
this could just, you should just drop this
episode.
one and have it be like a little micro and just use the first 10 minutes of it and drop it because it's funny.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.